Duck, are you still going to be playing on the Battlecraft SMP? I sure am. Duck, when's the next Battlecraft video coming out? Right now. Duck, are you ever going to fight Virt? Yes. The date was January 17th, 2025. I was in the early stages of building up my village, catching and training Pokemon to use for my team, and just getting overall situated on the server. As I was heading out for a quick adventure, I received a message from Virt stating that he had a gift to give me. Upon my return home, Virt had already made his way over to my land, carrying with him a weapon of legendary status, the Dragon Dart, an ancient tool wielded long ago by only the most exalted dragon champions. Eager to be granted such a fabled relic, I informed the leader of Team Obsidian I would be honored to carry the title of Dragon Champion. Upon further conference, it was deemed I would need to prove my mettle to Virt in battle before being blessed by a gift once owned by my drake-taming ancestors. If I'm to defeat Virt and prove my vigor, I'll need to meticulously plan and train a team so that no advantage could be taken by the opposition. A few weeks ago, I decided to live stream the process of catching and training a bunch of different Pokemon so that Virt would have no idea what I would be bringing to our battle when the time came. I started off that stream by evolving my Ralts into a Gallade named Sir Gawain. This Gallade had great attack and speed IVs as well as the sharpness ability, which boosts slashing moves like Psycho Cut and Sacred Sword by 50%, making this Pokemon a very offensive threat. With Sir Gawain ready to be leveled, I ventured into the wilderness in search of new members to add to our growing pool of battle-viable Pokemon. This was around the time the newest Cobblemon update was released, adding a bunch of new Pokemon to the game, including Carablast and Shelmet. This meant I'd be able to get an Escavalier, which would be a great option for my Dungeons & Dragons themed gym down the road. I made my way to a very small swamp biome where I was able to grab both a Carablast and a Shelmet before finding a shiny Petalo. Hey, we got a shiny, look at that! First stream shiny. Woo! There we go, shiny Pokemon. After heading back out on my adventure, I spent time leveling up the Pokemon in my party while keeping an eye out for anything I could see myself using in the future. The next Pokemon on my list for catching was a Ludicolo, who I think would make for a great bard. Thanks to Nurse Callie, I was able to make my way over to a much larger swamp biome where I was able to catch a handful of Lotad with decent IVs. I also encountered a wild Escavalier. Oh my god, look at that! Look at that! Look at this! It's not bad. After spending a full day checking out Lotads, I was able to catch a starter I hadn't seen yet. I'm surprised we haven't found like a Froakie or any river type spawns yet. Oop, another Carablast. Oh, look at that. There's a Froakie on the map. There we are. After gathering enough Lotad to start a small army, I made my way back home to go through all of my newest additions. My next target for my team was a Charcadet. Well, two Charcadet. One for Ceruledge and another one for an Armarouge. To find them, I needed to head to a nether fortress, so into the nether I went. I spent quite a bit of time searching in here, but I didn't have any luck. Eventually, I gave up and decided to shift my focus elsewhere. Okay, here we are. I was on the hunt for a Fennekin. I wanted to use a Delphox at some point for a couple of reasons. The first being that Virt's theme is very steel-oriented, and I didn't really have any viable fire types to this point. I spent a handful of days and nights searching for a Fennekin in the desert, but didn't find anything right away. Eventually, after enough searching, I was able to find the little Firefox. That was bad. I think I died like 10 times. Oh, there we go. Look at that. Fennekin. What'd I tell you? What did I tell you? W. Year of the Duck. YOTD. There we go. Hopefully it's good. After catching the Fennekin, I returned home and added it to my party before evolving it into a Brazen. Boom. The next Pokemon I would go after, I left up to my chat. And since I'd never gotten around to searching for one in my dragon catching stream, they chose Charmander. So back into the nether I went. After a long time searching, Charmander had evaded me once again. I made my way back to the overworld to level up Brazen enough to be able to evolve it into a Delphox before ending my stream for the day. Oh, look at that. Boom, here we go. Yeah, look at that. I had a strong pool of Pokemon to choose from, but very few of them were anywhere near battle ready. Since our battle was going to follow VGC format rules, I need better held items, proper EVs, and arguably the most important, better abilities. In order to alter the abilities of my Pokemon, however, I would need to obtain ability capsules or ability patches, which are unobtainable in the base Cobblemon mod. Thankfully, Casey had already thought of this and created a data pack that allows us to craft each of them using the smithing tables, but they're a little expensive. In order to craft an ability capsule, I'll need an ability shield, which I could already make a ton of, 1 diamond, and a netherite upgrade template, which can only be found in Bastion remnants in the nether. I'd also need an additional one of those templates, the ability capsule, as well as a netherite ingot to craft an ability patch, which would allow me to access a Pokemon's hidden ability, which typically tends to be a Pokemon's preferred ability when it comes to battling. So it was time to spend some more time in the nether. Okay. This is what we're here for. Please. Hey, we got one. Not only did I find the template I was looking for, I also found a netherite ingot, which meant I could craft an ability patch right away, and I knew just who to use it on. There we go. We have successfully crafted an ability... Let me take all my stuff off. My god, I got so much junk on me. We have successfully... Let me get in the sunlight here. Successfully crafted an ability patch, which is fantastic because we can now put this on our Clefairy, and it will have the ability Friend Guard, which is extremely important for our plans for our double battles, because Clefairy is obviously a Clefairy. He can be our bard, he can sing, or she, whatever. Pippi can do all of that. Great support Pokemon, amazing, but Friend Guard is its hidden ability. So we can now go ahead and use this ability patch on Clefairy, and we will get its hidden ability. Bang. So if we check right now, IVs are pretty good. It's got good defense, special defense, and HP, which is fine because all we want it to do is sit on the field and disturb. Its ability is Magic Guard. It also gets Cute Charm, but right here, only takes damage from attacks. We hit it with the ability patch, Friend Guard, which reduces damage done to allies when it is on the field. So that means any damage done to our team while Clefairy is on the field immediately is 50% less. 50% less damage while Clefairy is on the field. That is fantastic. That is fantastic for us. So Clefairy here is going to be an absolutely important Pokemon. And as we all know, Pippi. Pippi. Pippi! There we go. Pippi is back once again. Welcome back to the team, Pippi. I knew I was going to want quite a few more ability patches going forward, so my next task would be to mine for ancient debris. So I ventured back to the nether and got started on that. Alright, so I managed to find some ancient debris pretty quick. I already had one or a few more from that chest in the Bastion. I can't really remember how much, but anyways, we're here. We're going to keep looking for more and hopefully be able to craft a handful of ability patches by the end of this. Back at home and after a ton of mining, which was very annoying by the way, because a certain someone mined out the entire nether floor for an insane project. Yeah. I was able to acquire an additional 27 ancient debris, plus the scrap we got in the chest, which is enough to make 8 netherite ingots and up to 7 ability patches. I had also already made some ability shields, so that means I could craft some ability capsules, and then a couple ability patches right after. I didn't craft them all into ability patches because they only change a Pokemon's ability to the hidden ability, and I don't necessarily know if I want that for every team member yet, so I decided to hold off. Before assembling my final team to train for the battle against Virt, I thought I would take one last shot at hunting for a Charmander. I was told they spawn fairly often in this cherry biome, so I decided to try my luck. Thankfully, after about an hour or so, I was finally able to reunite with Cedric. Here we go, finally. With Cedric joining the round table at last, all that was left for me to do was to decide which 6 members I'd bring with me to fight for our kingdom's honor. These are the 6 members that I have chosen to bring to battle to prove myself worthy of wielding the Dragon Dart. PP the Clefairy offers support for my attackers with Life Dew and the Friend Guard ability, is able to redirect enemy attacks with Follow Me, and is holding an Eviolite. The Cleric provides speed control with Tailwind and can boost my fire-type attacks with Sunny Day, as well as other attacks using Helping Hand. Holds a Focus Sash. The Sword can set up with Swords Dance, has access to priority with Shadow Sneak, and is also holding a Life Orb for a little extra damage boost. The Paladin has Belly Drum and a Citrus Berry. Its bulletproof ability makes it immune to moves like Shadow Ball and Aura Sphere, and is only here in case Virt brings his Blastoise. The Dragon, aka Sir Cedric. His Solar Power ability boosts his special attack by 50% in sunlight, is holding choice specs for an additional 50% special attack boost, and only uses Heat Wave. Last but not least, Lady Malvina. Her ability multi-scale halves the first attack she takes. She is all-out offense, running Thunder Punch for water and flying types, Fire Punch boosted by the Cleric's Sun for steel types, Dragon Tail for removing any unwanted guests from her domain, and Dragon Dance for setting up. She holds the Expert Belt to boost her super effective attacks. She is ready to fight for our honor. All of my Pokemon have been max EV trained to suit their specific roles using power items that I obtained completely and entirely on my own. We are ready. The Tyrant of Team Obsidian brought with him a formidable squad, a nefarious crew overrun by Shadow. It was up to my valorous ensemble and I to cleanse them through battle. The time has finally come. Didn't bring who I thought you were bringing. For the first battle of the best of 3, I led with Lady Malvina and Pee-Pee, while Virt led with Hisuian Goodra and Tinkaton, 2 Pokemon I did not match up well with. I decided to have Pee-Pee use Follow Me so that Lady Malvina could safely set up a Dragon Dance, seeing as Clefairy probably wouldn't last more than 1 turn in this situation anyways. Virt went for a Gigaton Hammer on Pee-Pee, who barely lived, and followed up with a Muddy Water to finish off my Clefairy. We'll take that. Oh shoot, you know what? I knew that was going to happen too. That was silly of me. I sent out the sword, my Aegislash, in place of our fallen Pee-Pee and went for a Swords Dance. I had Malvina go for a Fire Punch on Tinkaton, and luckily, Virt elected to switch out in favor of Metagross, which was great for me. That's good, actually, for us.
Oh, he holds on just barely. Oh my god.
Oh, let's go.
Kidding me?
Yeah. There's that weakness
Dude.
policy. We'll take it. Yeah.
That's toxic.
That's so huge. Ew. Curse. Bye-bye, Vigil Moo.
Dude.
Yes.
Okay.
With the burn taking out Metagross, I had eliminated a large threat from the opposing team. However, his Goodra had used Curse, which I was not a fan of, so I tried going for a Dragon Tail to force it out and remove its stat changes. Oh, that's annoying.
Nope.
Blade Form? Focus Sash. Okay. Oh, what was that? Unfortunately, Tinkaton was able to fake out and flinch Malvina, but Aegislash was able to take the Tinkaton down to its Focus Sash, and on the next turn, eliminate it with a Shadow Sneak. Sadly, his Goodra somehow outsped Malvina even after a Curse, and took her out with a Dragon Pulse.
That's
a fast boy! That's a fast boy! With both of us down to 2 Pokemon, he sent out Drifblim, and I sent out the Dragon. Trying to preserve the sword, I used King's Shield while the Dragon used Heat Wave. Oh, come on, please. Both. No, not enough. It wasn't enough, and Drifblim went for Strength Sap, while Goodra took me way down to the red with Muddy Water.
Huge.
That's crazy.
Big Muddy Water.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Unable to risk King's Shield failing, I went for Shadow Sneak and Heat Wave, hoping it would be enough. Please. Let's go. Come on. Yo,
no.
Thank God. Thank you.
That's bad. You got
the aftermath. I missed. Yep. Unbelievable. Oh,
no
my
way.
God.
No way. A miss.
Oh my God. Unfortunately, the risk I knowingly took running Heat Wave came back to bite me. Missing in that situation is super annoying, but being in a situation where I'm relying solely on my move's accuracy to win is nobody's fault but my own. Down 1-0, there's no room left for error. I had to battle perfectly from here on out if I was to win the Dragon Dart. Seeing as almost all of Virt's Pokemon could hit Pee-Pee for super effective damage, I elected to replace her with the Cleric, my Whimsicott, who I could hopefully set up the Sun with.
Battle challenge incoming.
I led the second battle with the Cleric and the Dragon, who Virt met with Porygon Z and Goldengo. Okay, that's good.
Ooh,
that is fun.
That's bad. I don't like this seed, actually. Feel uncomfortable.
There we go. Knowing Porygon Z wanted to use Trick Room, I elected to set up the Sun with Whimsicott and go for a Stab, Solar Power, Choice Specs boosted Heat Wave. He withdrew his Goldengo and switched in Goodra, who was hit hard and burned by the super boosted Heat Wave. Oh, beautiful. Sadly, I once again missed on Porygon Z, who was able to get off a Trick Room, meaning I would now go last. The next turn I was worried about missing another Heat Wave and called back the Dragon in favor of Lady Malvina. Acid Spray from Goodra took the Cleric down to its Sash, and Discharge finished the job, while also taking down Virt's Goodra in the process. That's fine. That's totally fine. That's a good trade for us. The sword came out and went for Swords Dance, while Lady Malvina was faked out by Tinkaton and hit with a strong tri-attack from Porygon Z. Ooh, that's a lot of damage. I protected the sword with King's Shield and hit Tinkaton with a strong Fire Punch which took it down to its sash, but Porygon Z once again finished off its teammate with a Rabid Discharge. These Pokemon were so overcome by Shadow that they didn't even care they were taking out their teammates. I had to put an end to this. The sword made quick work of Virt's Goldango with Shadow Sneak, and with the dragon coming back onto the field, I finish off the second battle with a sun-boosted Flamethrower, tying the series at 1 apiece. It all came down to one final battle. Of course it would. I thought it over, and after short deliberation with myself, decided to bring the same team I did in the previous battle. If it ain't broke. Virt's team had a major weakness to fire, so I went with the same lead I did in the previous battle. Seeing Tinkaton and Drifblim on the opponent's side of the field made me weary of leaving the dragon in a position to be faked out and potentially exploded on, so I swapped him out for the sword as the cleric brought up the sun with Sunny Day. Thankfully, I made the right call by switching as Tinkaton faked out the dragon slot to no effect on my Ghost-type Aegislash as his Drifblim got off a Tailwind. I countered his Tailwind with a Tailwind of my own and had the sword go for King's Shield in hopes I could buy myself another turn of no damage taken, but Virt was cunning and doubled into my Whimsicott, taking it out. We'll take that. Fair. That's fair. Okay, now. The dragon hit the field again as the sword went for a Shadow Sneak on Drifblim, but Virt swapped it out for Goodra instead. No!
Come on, buddy. Take it, take it, take it.
Oh my god, that does a lot.
It does. No. No!
Oh, that's huge. That's so good. That is so
Dude.
good. With a single Heat Wave, I finished off Fibonacci and brought Tinkaton down to its sash as it went for knockoff on the sword, but it wasn't enough. Metagross came out next, the Lord of Shadow's biggest threat. I went for a Shadow Sneak on Tinkaton, but he withdrew it for Drifblim, who was brought down below half HP. With a Heat Wave from the dragon, both of his Pokemon were eliminated from battle. Yo,
Dude!
Let's go!
Oh my god.
With only one Pokemon remaining, his Tinkaton with 1 HP was sent out. One final Shadow Sneak from the sword crept across the battlefield and eliminated his last Pokemon. We had done it. We had defeated Virtuositas, the Lord of Shadow and the leader of Team Obsidian, freeing his Pokemon from the clutches of darkness. And with all of that out of the way, we had also won back my ancestors' ancient weapon, as it would now be returned to its rightful owner.
I'm gonna need you to, wait. Actually, I'm gonna ask you a question here. Mm-hmm. I have a question.
This is a test
what
of,
was
a
I
test
gonna
of
get?
Merit?
Well,
Sorry?
No. I'm just curious. Like, if you had lost, was I getting something? I don't actually remember. Was there like a trade here, or is it just like for the Dragon Dart?
You were just gonna give it to me originally. You said actually quote gift, and then I had to win it off of you. And this was my
I offered you a
quest that
choice.
I've been on.
Well then, if that's the case, we have battled in your home, and you will receive this gift at my home.
Oh, okay.
You can ride your horse if you like.
Victorious, I humbly accepted my prize. The weapon that had been passed down through generations of Dragon Masters, the Dragon Dart, has been returned to its rightful place. I warned everyone months ago that it was the year of the duck. If you aren't on board yet, I'm not sure what you're doing. Please drop a like before you go if you enjoyed this video, and check out my other Cobblemon videos if you want to see more just like this one. Subscribe for good luck all year. I got more videos planned that I'm currently working on, so stay tuned for that. This video is just the beginning.